Hi, and welcome to another episode of From Behind My Chair. My name is Cindy, and if you tuned in today, you're going to hear stories from behind my chair. Today I'm flying solo, no guest co-host because we were unable to connect. Hopefully next week our scheduling works out just great and I can get someone to sit right next to me to share stories right with me. In the meantime, you'll hear me telling a story and my dog barking in the background. I just want to, he's so sweet. He's so cute. I love him. Okay, well, I also want to address, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I heart you. You are the reason why I come back every week to deliver these stories. You want stories, I want to deliver them, so it works out great. And if you are new to my channel, hopefully you like what you hear today and you become one of my subscribers. I don't know, that'd be fantastic. So with that said, a couple of weeks ago, I had someone ask me if I would deliver a dark story. So dark stories for me, I mean, I'm willing to deliver a dark story, but I get sad. They're very personal to me. My clients are more than just people that sit in my chair and I do their hair. My clientele, we're almost like kin. A lot of my clients I've been doing for a lot of years, and I share the big moments in their lives, the anniversaries, the birthdays, the weddings, the babies. I share big stuff. Like when they get a new car, they want me to come out and check out their new car. And I share all this stuff. And so I take stuff personally, and things that happen in life, well, in my chair, are not like fairy tales. It's not like a bad thing happened, but oh, voila, then it all works out and it's fantastic and it's a happy ending. Things happen. Life is not like a fairy tale. So I want to share this story with you. This story is not old. This story is a few years old. This client no longer is a client of mine. She has moved out of state. So let me start my story. So this particular client, I've been doing her hair for probably anywhere from 12 to 15 years. She is a widow. She's got a son. And at the time, her son was, probably in his young years of high school. So maybe freshman, sophomore, something like that. And so she comes in, and I would just also want to add that she's kind of my high maintenance client. I see her quite often. She gets her hair colored often. And her son also gets salon services. He loves to be in the salon. He loves getting, his facials and his hair done. And he's a very stylish, very clean cut young man, good looking boy. Like I said, her only child, this one son. So she comes in and she's very sad. And I ask her, what's going on? What's new? And she proceeds to tell me that her son got his girlfriend pregnant, and she and the girl's parents are trying to convince the kids to give the baby up for adoption because they're just too young. So she's really upset and hoping that, they'll make the right decision. And then I see her again about another 3 to 4 weeks later, comes in, we do more color. And she tells me, okay, the kids decided they ended up giving the baby up for adoption. Fast forward, she tells me that at this point, he's very depressed. He was in therapy, didn't want to do therapy anymore, and now he's doing drugs. And it started off with pot, and now it's heavy-duty drugs, he's doing, and he just disappears. He goes off on benders, he takes off, he does drugs, and she doesn't know where he's at. She's worried sick. So through all this time, I do her hair, I see her. At this point, it's been several years and he's deep in his addiction. So I watch this young man who is beautiful young man, just, well kept, always smelled good, always had the latest haircut. Sometimes I'd color it, sometimes it was just cut, just clean cut, good looking kid. And he was a big kid and kind of just well, I would say he was just kind of a thick kid, not overweight, just kind of a thick kid, like a solid kid. And as he became deeper in his addiction, I could see his demise. I could just see him just slowly just going downhill, just prioritizing his addiction over, regular, maintenance. It just was not him. He was becoming someone I had not even, I knew this young man, and I felt like I didn't even know this young man. It was heartbreaking to see this change happen. So, he had went off on a bender, and his mom tells me that she gets on a knock on the door one night, and it's the police, and they tell her that they got her son, and they proceed to tell her that they had broken up a sex trafficking ring locally, and he was now in placement because he was so deep in his addiction. So she's crying, she's upset. I'm upset because I know this young man. I've known him since he was this little kid. I've been doing his hair for a long time. And it was just sad that she's telling me that, her only child, and this boy is just her everything, just busted in a sex trafficking ring. So I assume that he is the trafficker. He is trafficking young ladies to get money to afford his drug addiction. No. Mm-mm. He was being trafficked by people who provided drugs for him. They were selling her son. So it was worse. I mean, it's worse all the way around. I'm not to say that one's better than the other, but in my mind, I would never in a million years think that you could take a boy and do that to a boy. But it doesn't matter. It happens to, males, females, it happens. But in my mind, I just kind of thought that couldn't happen. But yeah, obviously it does happen. This is reality. So so what happened was, so he's busted, but they take him somewhere because he's strung out. He's like totally addicted, and they didn't return him to his home. So he comes back a little while later. He comes back home, and he doesn't stay with her for very long. And at this point, he doesn't even care about his hair. His hair is long. This boy is so skinny. You can see collarbones and just bones. He was just so deep in his addiction that he didn't care about hygiene, food, appearance. He didn't care about anything. He didn't care about anything but chasing that next high. So I never saw him after that, but he was returned to his mother. He went back home because he was underage, and he ended up leaving soon after that. And she tried to get authorities to help her to get her son back, but he had turned 18 in the process, and there was nothing they could do. So he was just gone, lost to the streets and to his addiction. And that particular client ended up moving out of state shortly after. And I don't know whatever happened to this young man. He was, I hope and I pray that he found his way out. I don't know. And like I said, I take these stories personally. He's not just a boy. He's a boy I saw grow up. And this is what happens. A lot of times, these things happen, and people share with me. They share with me share their stories, and I know these people. I know her. I know what she had for lunch yesterday. I've seen her new car. I know where she lives. We go walk our dogs together at the beach, and her son was. I'd go to his plays at school. It was just unbelievable. But this is life. And like I said, it's not a fairy tale and doesn't always have a happy ending. And this is one of the many stories of addictions that I have that I will probably slowly be sharing with you guys. But sharing these stories is really hard for me because this is very personal. And, she's a mom. I'm a mom. And, for that to happen, it's just horrible. It's horrible. Okay. All right. So that's my sad story. Guys, hope you guys liked it. That was a really tough one to deliver, but it's reality. Okay, so I'll be back next week. And hey guys, next week, in the future, I'm changing the backdrop. I won't be filming with this in the backdrop. It'll be new, so it'll be new surroundings. And guess what? I have an appointment to get like my haircut. I haven't gotten a real hair color since probably pre-COVID. I used to have hair about this short and whatever. I used to get it done all the time. But when you're a busy stylist and you work with busy stylists, nobody wants to do your hair, for a trade, because we're all busy. We're making money, people. That's why this looks like this. But anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. You guys are fabulous. Please like and subscribe, and come back for more stories. Come back next week. Okay, guys? Thanks. Bye.